Shadageti, Wagali, Sohi, Oscosta, I don't know what is Agasta, Wakigana. Bro, the God and the Yavi and the Cherokee.
With old Tommy Wildcat, Cherokee National Treasure. Let's give Tommy another round of applause, please. Anyone feeling excited about today's event? Make some noise. Anybody excited about being a Cherokee? Make some noise. There we go. Well, we want to say thank you for being here with us today. We've got a great audience in attendance. We want to also say thank you to those watching online today. Good afternoon. It's a beautiful day here in the Cherokee Nation. Today we're in one of the great cities of the Cherokee Nation, Stilwell, Oklahoma. We're here to break ground on the Mary L. Holland Carson Wellness Center, a 50,000 square foot building. Investing in healthcare is a priority for our administration, our chief and our deputy chief, and also our tribal council, and we want to say thank you to all of you guys. My name's Corey Bunch. I'm the chief of staff, and I'll be serving as your MC this afternoon. But first of all, we want to get started off with a blessing, and I'd like to welcome to the podium a former tribal council member, senior advisor of community engagement, and I think one of the leading advocates for what we're doing here today, Mr. Kanan Duncan.
Thank you, COS. CO! It is good to see a bunch of good Stilwell folks here in a beautiful day in Stilwell today. So thank you guys for being here. Before I pray, I do want to just say how much of an honor and privilege it is to be here today to see this. You know, this is something that Chief Hoskin, Deputy Chief Warner brought forward along with our tribal council. And it's just, it's almost surreal just to see it come to fruition today. But with that being said, let's go ahead and go before our Father and ask for his blessing. Yes, please stand if you're able. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the blessings that you've given to us, Lord, that are countless, Lord. Specifically today, I want to thank you for making us Cherokee. I want to thank you for blessing our people, blessing our tribe, Lord, for blessing our leaders. I ask, Lord, that you would continue to do that. Lord, as construction begins here at this site, I pray for your blessing over the workers and over the purpose and the mission of what Chief Hoskin, Deputy Chief Warner are doing here in Stilwell, Lord, by bringing a wellness center to our people. I pray that it is successful. I pray that your will is achieved through it, Lord. We love you. We thank you. And I ask, Lord, that you would just bless this day and keep everyone safe as we go about our day. We love you, and we ask all these things in your name. Amen. Thank you.
Widow Kanan, thank you very much. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I want to recognize several Cherokee Nation leaders and other special guests that we have here with us today. First off, I'd like to introduce you to Cherokee Nation Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. Thank you, Chief. Deputy Principal Chief, Mr. Brian Warner. We have with us former Deputy Principal Chief and current Cherokee Nation Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Mr. S. Joe Crittenden. Cherokee Nation Secretary of State, Tina Glory Jordan. Another member of our cabinet, Cherokee Nation Treasurer Janice Taylor is with us. From our tribal council, we have from District 5, E.O. Junior Smith. And right here in your hometown, from District 7, Joshua Sam. Also right here from your hometown, District 8, Mr. Sean Crittenden. We have some Cherokee Nation royalty here with us today. We have a little Cherokee ambassador. Cannon Lane is here with us. Where are you at, Cannon? There he is. Thank you, Cannon. We have some other special guests with us here today. I want to specifically recognize members of the Carson family. If you're here, would you give us a wave or stand up? Mr. Drew Carson, thank you. We have some of the architects here from Blue River. They'll be showing you a video in a few minutes. Blue River? Well, let's give them a round of applause anyway. We have with us our Executive Director of Public Health, Lisa Pivick. And also, would you wave at us if you're a member of the Cherokee Nation Public Health Team or a Cherokee Nation Health employee? There we go. A lot of good representation today. We also have with us Executive Director of our Health Services, Dr. Jones is here with us. Thank you, Dr. Jones. We have Senator Blake Cowboy Stevens is here with us from District 3. We also have right here locally Senator Tom Woods from District 4. Thank you, guys. All right, from the city of Stilwell, Mayor Jean Ann Wright is here with us. And last but certainly not least, one of the Stilwell City Councilors, Lane Kendall, is here with us this afternoon. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome a man to give the welcoming remarks. He is definitely a strong leader for the Cherokee Nation. He's a strong family man. He's a man of faith, and he will do all that he can possibly do to not only protect but keep our citizens and our families safe and very strong. Our Deputy Principal Chief, Mr. Brian Warner.
Siona, God, man, what a great day, and Lisa, you're right. It's a good day to be nervous right now. I mean, it really is. You know, I think about nerves sometimes. You know, the first day you walk in to teach a class, the first day you start a new job. Sometimes I often say, you know, man, I'm nervous. But you know what? That helps me understand this, that those nerves mean that you're probably in the right place at the right time for the right reason, because you prepared for such a day as today. And I want, again, to recognize the staff of public health that is here, because this is a day that you've all been preparing for. But there's so many other things that are out there. So Lisa, to your team, you know that I remember a young councilman sitting in Sulphur, Oklahoma for the CDC meeting, sitting with you and 3 other individuals that really made a difference in the way that I looked at healthcare, the way that I looked at public health. So thank you again for that. So let's give them a round of applause to our public health team, please. Something that is vitally important as well. We just come out of Memorial Day, folks. And I know there's many of us know somebody that served in the armed forces today, presently, in the past as veterans. I know that we all know somebody that lost their lives. If there's any veterans here, would you please stand and be recognized today, because we want to take another day to honor you as we should do each and every day. Veterans, please stand. Well, you know, when you talk about making investments in a community, it takes collaboration. It takes efforts from each and every person around this community, around this region and everything. And I want to thank the Carson family for allowing us to take this time to have this opportunity to do something here that not only gives hope, but it gives hope to healthcare, that gives hope to overall wellness. I want you to think about that time, those of you who have been mothers and fathers, when you had that new bright, shiny baby, and boy, you're so proud, and everything was healthy, and you went in for those well-child checkups. Seemingly something, a healthy individual going in to get a good bill of health to say that you're on the right track. Well, this is something that Chief and I have talked about many, many times. Is the day we want to see a day when people walk into the Man Killer Clinic as healthy as they possibly can. So this facility here, 50,000 square feet, 2-story, a track, a gym, and Sean, a gym to play basketball. I know when we talked about this when you was on council, each and every day, sometimes he say, I need a gym in Adair County. But he meant I need it, not just with weights and everything, but we want opportunity to learn skills, to learn how to get along with one another, to learn how to resolve conflict. These things are important to the overall health and well-being of an individual, as well as the community, as well as the tribe. So for that, I say thank you. Not only will this state-of-the-art center have a fitness center, including weights, cardio, and basketball court, but it'll have a teaching kitchen, a child watch program, a congregation cafe, batting cage, and suspended walking track. Now, that's something, folks, right there. That is a holistic approach to the things that I know about this community. It will also bring jobs, over 150 construction jobs right here during the building of this process. It'll also bring over 20 public health jobs here to Adair County. This new health center will also serve our community in so many ways. Having this kind of access is something that we should become used to, that we should get used to in the future, today and all the days ahead. I was asked a question, is this something that is a part of the strategic approach moving forward? Absolutely it is. It is something that we look at each and every day. So, combined with better and more nutritious food choices, creating healthier activities, creating all of these different things that we all know and love is just one way that we can come together under Gadugi. But even more so, when you think about Gadugi, working together for the greater good, I want you to think about this, all the individuals that came together. I want to thank Chief for his continued vision each and every day. I want to thank the council for their vision, their passion, and their willingness to fund things that make a difference. I want to thank again the Carson family for allowing us to have this opportunity to build this right here. I want to thank again our health and public health employees for caring for our citizens. Masca Construction, serving as the contractors. Blue River for designing this and overall. And I want to thank a special individual. When you talk about construction projects, Chief, we have many. And I want to thank our team. David Moore had started on this team long ago. I want to thank another individual that came along and has really helped us, and that's John Asbel. Folks, give those two men a round of applause. They've assembled a team of really good people. And, folks, that's what it takes to continue in this good world. So I want to welcome you here to the future site of the Mary L. Holland Carson Wellness and Health Center. Folks, this is something that we can all be proud of each and every day and know that right here today you have that opportunity to be diligent with the talent that the Creator give each and every one of you. Because just like my rowing machine at home that my wife affectionately calls the clothes hanger, I haven't been that diligent with that rowing machine. But I know that I can spark it up one of these days, and maybe that's tomorrow, because here I am I got to put these words into action. So let's do that together. Let's continue to work together. Let's build one another up, and let's remember why we are here. We're here for today, and we're here for the future generations, and to always pay respect to our ancestors that paid the greatest price. Wado, and thanks be to God, folks.
Wado, Deputy, for those words, very inspiring. And ladies and gentlemen, let's give our Deputy Chief another round of applause, please. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2021, Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. put together a task force to study health and wellness across the Cherokee Nation Reservation. He assembled a team of experts to not only look at what currently exists on the reservation, but also to identify any gaps or needs here on our reservation in that area. As Deputy Chief mentioned, Chief Hoskin has a great vision for what he wants to take place for the Cherokee citizens all across the reservation. Great vision. But a good leader also takes action, and that's exactly what Chief Hoskin has been doing over the past 4 years. So Chief Hoskin, we thank you for that. We thank you for your vision and your leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many tribal nations across not only the state of Oklahoma, but across the country. The Cherokee Nation is the largest tribal nation with over 450,000 citizens. And Chief Hoskin, I believe sincerely that you are the very best chief in all of Indian country. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Chief Hoskin, welcome to the podium. Would you please come on up and give us the keynote remarks? Ladies and gentlemen, Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin, Jr.
Well, Chief of Staff, Deputy Chief Warner, members of the council, members of the cabinet, members of the Carson family. It's a wonderful day here in Stilwell to advance the cause of wellness, and that is an important mission for the Cherokee Nation. What we've got to recognize is what the Council of the Cherokee Nation recognized years ago and pushed for years ago, what the Deputy Chief advocated for when he came to me many times and said, you know, the mantra in public health is to be as healthy as you can outside of the clinic setting, and we need to do what we can to advance that. My thoughts go back to the struggles during the pandemic that we all had, and this struggle I'm about to share with you is the least of the struggles that we've all had, but it's a fact, which is the fact of the matter is I put on about 20 or 30 pounds during the pandemic and had to lose that weight. And fortunately for me, you know, I had access to one of those devices that served as a clothes rack, as the deputy chief had mentioned, and took those clothes off and had access to fresh foods and the sorts of things you need to do. I can remember watching a television broadcast and bringing my daughter in to watch it. And she said, "I'm tired of watching you on TV, Dad, at this point." But we watched it anyway, and I looked, and I said, we both saw the same thing. And I said, well, the camera adds, 20 or 30 pounds, Jazzy. And she said, it might be all the trips to Sonic with the Sonic app that has added the 20 or 30 pounds. But being conscious of your state of wellness is important. It was important for me, and it's important for all of us, and I'm still on that journey myself. But I think about what the council advocated for, because many times, as Councilor Crittenden, Councilor Duncan, Councilor Sam, and others had said, we need to do more in the Cherokee Nation to give the Cherokee people access to the kind of things that can help them with a healthy lifestyle. And the Deputy Chief's words about being as healthy as you can outside of going to the hospital or going to the clinic is important. And so that is really what gave rise to the 2021 Public Health and Wellness Act. It really bears underscoring how important that law is for orienting the Cherokee Nation towards the idea that wellness is what we're really trying to achieve for each other, for our community, for ourselves. And that's an important mission. And the Public Health and Wellness Act helps us towards that. It doesn't solve the problems. It doesn't create a perfect situation, but it gives us the resources and sets the policy of the Cherokee Nation decidedly on a path that investing in these kind of facilities are important, and making investments big and small are important, whether it's the walking trail that we're building at the Muskogee Health Center or other walking trails, or in the future when we're able to provide some grant funding to Cherokee community organizations so that they can undertake more efforts to keep the community healthy and give access, or a huge investment like this investment. I mean, this is an $18 million investment into this community and towards the cause of wellness, and I say it's worth every single penny of it. That's the way I see it, because I think the return on that investment, which will be measured in generational terms, will far exceed that dollar figure. because it's difficult to put a dollar figure on what it means to have a community that is achieving wellness and what it means for Cherokee people to be able to access things that some people in some parts of the country, including this state, take for granted. Which brings me to the other aspect of the Public Health and Wellness Act. After that act passed in 2021, we did establish a task force. And that task force studied where the greatest need was, where the greatest gaps were, and where the greatest opportunities were. And Adair County presented us with that opportunity. And so that's the reason we're making what is a huge but well worth it investment in this community. And this is just the beginning. And we will go on to replace the Marcoma facility in Tahlequah, and we will look across this reservation for opportunities big and small to make sure our people have access to some sort of wellness programming. And it may take the form of a facility like the one we're breaking ground on today, or it may be different strategies depending on the community. But for this community, where the opportunity was the greatest, where the gap in access to the kind of programs and services available here when we're finished, where that gap was the greatest, it called for this kind of investment. And it is, I think, remarkable that here we are in 2023, and this is what we can say about Cherokee Nation's health system. Every penny of this facility can be paid for by the work of the men and women in our health system. And that's a true statement. This is something that I want to spread far and wide. Yes, we're proud of the opportunities we have to use federal dollars, whether it's American Rescue Plan Act dollars or other funds. And yes, we will continue to use those dollars. No, we will never let the United States off the hook for its obligation to provide health services for the Cherokee people. But we're also not going to wait around on the United States. We're also not going to sit still. We are also not going to be deaf and blind to what people are raising on the council or in the communities to do more, to do better by our people. We're not going to sit around and wait at the Cherokee Nation. The dollars that go to fund this facility or fund the walking trails that I mentioned earlier, those grant programs or facilities in the future or staffing for these facilities comes from those third-party revenue, comes from the fact that we have a health system that is a health system of choice, that we have people working in there every day to make it better every single day. And the Cherokee people are responding by coming to our health centers even when they have a choice to go elsewhere because they want to be cared for by their people. There is something about Cherokee people taking care of the Cherokee people in the context of healthcare that is special. But it's not just special. It creates tremendous opportunity because without their work, without our health system growing, without it being managed in a way that looks towards the future and future growth, we would not be here breaking ground on a facility that we can confidently say that we don't need a penny from the government of the United States to pay for if we choose to pay for it in that route. We're paying for it ourselves. We are in a community and next to a health center that is so associated with Wilma Mankiller. Chief Mankiller, of course, is the namesake of the health center next door, and she did more than anyone to advance the cause of Cherokee people, taking care of Cherokee people in the health system. I think she would be extraordinarily proud of the fact that we are about to break ground on a facility that will improve access to wellness opportunities for the Cherokee people. And it was really paid for by the Cherokee people. That is what she set us on a path to do. And the rest of us are just sort of trying to follow that path. And on our best day, the deputy chief and I are listening to the Council of the Cherokee Nation, listening to the local concerns, and trying to put those concerns into some sort of plan of action so that we make some strides towards what we all want, which is wellness. And it would be good for us to, from time to time, ask why any of this even matters. It matters, I think, for so many reasons. But we know that when the Cherokee people are well, we know that when we're not hampered by some of these health conditions, we know that when you can unleash the Cherokee people to do great things, that's exactly what the Cherokee people do. And if we can expand opportunities to be well, mind, body, and spirit across this reservation, then we can certainly meet and exceed our own expectations as people, and we ought to have the highest of expectations. So I think this is a great day. I think this is a great investment, and I think this is just the first of many investments in which we say that wellness is the goal of this tribe, it's the mission of this tribe, and we're all going to orient ourselves around that mission, and we're going to be successful on that mission. Thank you all very much. Widow.
Widow Chief Hoskin. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Chief Hoskin, please. And at this time, we'd like to show you a virtual tour of this facility. Can we get that going, please? ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Is it going to be nice? I could not see the video from my vantage point, so if it showed Counselor Sam and Counselor Crittenden playing one-on-one basketball, don't tell me the outcome. I want to watch it for myself. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'll bring them up one by one, but we have a couple of council members here with us who need no introduction in this area. They're involved in their communities all across their districts, but also all across the Cherokee Nation. These two individuals fought hard to make sure that dollars were earmarked out of Chief Hoskin and Deputy Chief Warner's Public Health and Wellness Act. They fought hard to make sure the dollars were earmarked for this facility specifically, and we want to thank them for that. But ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please put your hands together for Mr. Sean Crittenden?
What a day, what a day. I stole what I was going to say today, I stole that a couple of weeks ago when I said we was chiefing out some houses going up here in our home county. I said we're just making a habit of this. And wow, seriously, you know, when this is how it's supposed to work, isn't it? It's how it's supposed to work. When Cherokee people bring concerns, needs, ideas, wants to those of us that have been blessed to be in these positions, these leadership roles for a while, and administration and council, the staff, partners like the Carson family, come together, assess it. Guys, and here it is. Here it is. What a great, great thing to be a small part of. It's going on all across the reservation. But I like when it works that way. This is no good on my part when we leave here. Just another example of how this thing is working. There was a lady, a speaker in the hospital just yesterday. She called me with a very unique need. And I got on the phone this morning with a great, great department that we've got in the last few years called Speaker Services. And they said, I'll meet you, and we'll go take care of her way, way, way up on Oak Ridge Mountain. Now, I said that to say that's an example, again, of how this thing is working. Needs, wants, concerns, open-minded, open-hearted people working together. Man. And this one in particular, chief, deputy, staff, council, Carson family. What more do we want for our families? Thank you. It's going to sustain for generations to come, for helping all of our family, our grandkids, their grandkids, to be well. So thank you, guys.
Widow Counselor Crittenden, and ladies and gentlemen, a man with a huge heart and a man who'll do whatever it takes to help people. So another round of applause for Counselor Crittenden. Thank you, sir. Next up, we have a council member who you'll also see working every day on behalf of Cherokee Nation citizens. He also gives up a lot of his time on different boards around the county. He also coaches some Little League, soccer, and other things. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Counselor Josh Sam.
You know, early on I was like, looking at the agenda, and I said, I don't know what math we're using, but I thought 7 came before 8. And following chief and deputy and their words. Then Sean has to hit us with the fireworks. You know, these are examples of great men, great leaders in our community. And, you know, I'm blessed. I'm honored to be here. You know, when we talk about getting things done, like Sean said, it's evident all around us. I mean, there's no political curtain in front of us. There's no division here. It's all about one goal, and that's the Cherokee people. That's our people. That's our communities, our county. You know, I'm blessed to be in a position that followed some great people. We're talking about former Councilman Kanan Duncan, Council Lady Frankie Hargis. They laid a path to get to where we are today. You know, I'm blessed to be working with Sean alongside him here in this county because this is our home. This is our community. These are our people. These are our neighbors, our family, our friends. And I'm sure I can speak for him. We love each and every one of everyone in this community. And, you know, and we get together. We try to think of what we can do for our community, what we can do to strengthen them. You know, this right here. This is, like I said, I've been thinking about it all week. What I could say, I'm speechless to talk about what this means for our people, what it means for our community. We're talking about, and our Creator, He created each and every one of us with a vessel that was wonderfully made to be a blessing into our communities. But within that vessel is a light that goes out to our community to serve, to care for one another. You know, and this resource right here is going to help us strengthen that vessel. So we're talking about preventative care. We're talking about making sure we're at our strongest each and every day. You know, I'm blessed to be in this position. And like I said, I want to see each and every one of our vessels stronger each and every day. I want to see us sharing our light with one another, fellowshipping with one another, and seeing what we can do as Cherokees, because ultimately that's what matters is our community, our family, our friends, our nation. And like I said, once again, Deputy, Chief, thank you so much, because I know these things wouldn't get done if we didn't open our hearts, open our ears, and work together. And I mean, like I said, there's no political grandstanding there. This is just true work. This is listening to one another, working with one another. And again, I thank you more than I can possibly say, and I can't wait to beat Sean in some one-on-one. Thank y'all.
Widow Counselor Sam, a man with a heart of gold there, and ladies and gentlemen, both of our tribal counselors may not have known exactly what they were going to say, but I think they said exactly what needed to be said. How about you? Let's give them another round of applause. At this time, we have a very special performance for you. We have Mary Kay Henderson here with the Cherokee National Youth Choir. Would you guys all come forward, please? Let's give them a round of applause and welcome to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful performance by our Cherokee National Youth Choir. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you, guys. And here today to give our closing remarks, we have the Executive Director of our Public Health team. Without our public health team, we could not operate this facility that we're building here behind us. Whether it's our WIC program, the healthy and fitness classes that we do, or maybe it's Wings 5K races that you've heard about or maybe participated in. These are all brought to us by our public health team. And our Executive Director is a native of this area. She's from Stilwell, Oklahoma, and I know that she's proud of her team. She leads a team of nearly 150 people. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome to the stage Miss Lisa Pivick.
Thank you so much. Counselor Sam, you should have to follow that. That was quite the performance. So blessed to be here today. And thank you to everyone in the crowd. Thank you to administration, Chief Hoskin, Deputy Chief Warner, the Tribal Council, all of the members of the cabinet here today. Thank you so much for all the time and effort that you've put into making this dream a reality here in Adair County. And as Chief of Staff Bunch mentioned, this is my home. Actually, he said I was from Stilwell, and I might have to get you for that one, because I'm actually from Peavine. Woo, Peavine. Peavine is my home, and I still consider that my community. I see several members of my family in the audience today. I love my community of Peavine. As a little girl attending Peavine School, I couldn't have imagined the progress I would witness in our nation during my lifetime. That progress didn't just happen, but it's the result of the vision of our ancestors as well as our leaders today. The Cherokee values of perseverance, dedication, tenacity, and strength in the face of adversity have guided us here today, and we must be grateful to those who came before us. Now it's our turn to do the work. It's our turn to ensure the next 7 generations carry forward those same Cherokee values and that our story continues. All of us, each and every one of us, have a chance to be a leader in our communities. Chief Hoskin mentioned earlier about the task force report in 20 and 21. That task force report for public health and wellness was largely created by members of people in the audience today. And if you're a member of the public health team, I would like for you to stand today. This team is full of fellow Cherokees working in communities, working in schools, working with cities, and also working behind the scenes, crunching numbers, looking at statistics, looking at resources, recommending, making priorities. And as Chief Hoskin mentioned, Adair County was the priority, and one of the priorities for where our wellness center needed to be. Members of the Marcoma staff that are here today, would you stand again? I want to recognize them for all their hard work and tireless efforts in helping design this wellness facility. We really appreciate it. I would also like to thank Cherokee Nation Health Services. The dedicated health services staff make it possible to realize this dream of a family-focused wellness center. We all owe a debt of gratitude to health services staff and their leadership. When we think about what it means to be well as a Cherokee, we know that our values of fellowship, hard work, and taking care of one another are all part of that. Because wellness isn't an arbitrary number or a standard. It's about centered around opportunities to take care of one another, be active as family and friends, and nurture our emotional, spiritual, mental, and physical health. Working together and sharing a collective vision of Cherokee Wellness started all the work of this wellness center. But in closing, I would like to recognize those leaders who have taken that vision into action. Through intense commitment, selfless public service, and courage, Principal Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr., Deputy Principal Chief Brian Warner, Cherokee Nation Tribal Council, Cabinet, and Chief of Staff Bunch, Secretary of State Tina Glory Jordan. Thank you all. Your efforts are moving us collectively toward a healthier, happier, and stronger Cherokee Nation. Thank you. Wado.
Well, thank you for those words, Lisa. Whether it's a global pandemic or a truck that makes too much noise, the public health team will overcome, I assure you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to conclude today's events, but I will announce that we're going to have 3 different photo lines, so please don't run off. But I'll announce this in just a moment. We also have some commemorative cookies. You can't save these forever, but you could eat them today if you'd like, right here with Sandy Long. And ladies and gentlemen, we just want to say, again, thank you for being here. We wish you safe travels and Godspeed. Thank you. Photo Group 1, members from administration, the cabinet, the council, the Carson family, Lisa Pivick, Dr. Jones, Mayor Wright, Lane Kendall, other city officials, and our state senators. Would you guys join us, Mr. Stevens and Mr. Woods? The Group 2 photo lineup will be all of the public health employees. And finally, Group 3 photo group will be with the contractors and architects. But at this time, again, it's Group 1, administration, council, Carson family, local and city officials and state representatives. Please join us.